Okay, so now we're going to use the Alex graphing calculator to solve the equation, and we're going to round our answers to the nearest hundredth. So if there's more than one solution, separate with commas. So follow these directions to use the graphing calculator on alex.com. The answers should be x equals 1.29 and 4.56. So I'm giving the answers ahead of time so that you know if you've gone through and you've typed this in correctly. And I'll show you the pictures here in just a second as well, because I think that's a little easier. So you're going to open the graphing calculator, and at the top you're going to click on y equals, and then you're going to enter in both sides of the equation here. So 3 log 2x minus 2, and you're going to automatically, it's going to put in these parentheses. And then for y2, you're going to put in x minus 2. And then you're going to click on graph, which is also toward the top of the calculator there. Intersect is kind of in the middle. And you're going to set the first curve selected at y1 and the second curve selected at y2. Those should already be selected for you. But you do need to put the guess point in. This is where it looks like the graph is intersecting. So that's why it's called a guess point. We're kind of seeing visually, that's kind of where I think it's crossing. And then you say find intersection, and it should find this first one for us. And then you're going to go through and do the same thing. These two should already be set again, and you're just going to change your second guess point to 5, because again, visually, you'll see this in a second. That's where it looks about where it's crossing. And then you click find intersection, and it finds it again. All right, so let's look at that visually, because I know that was a lot to just talk through. So here's the calculator when you first open it. So this is the graphing calculator, definitely a little bit more involved than our regular calculator that we get. So this is the calculate feature. So you can see this one's kind of a little darker blue because I'm on just the calculate window. So I'm going to click on y equals, and it opens up this window here. So now you can see I've already typed in y equal, or for y1, I've given the left side of my equation, and for y2, here's the right side of my equation. So I just typed those in. I also went through and I changed my line. I clicked on this and I changed the color and I made it bold so that when I click on graph here in a moment, you very distinctly see the two lines instead of just two, thin black lines there. That is not required by any means, but you can always change the coloring so that they're easy to see. So now we're going to click on graph, and you can see here's my graph. So that's why I changed that, because otherwise they both would have been just two thin black lines. But now you can see the x minus 2, here's the line for it, and then my logarithmic form is the thin black line. All right, so now that I have this, I'm going to click this intersect button that's kind of in the middle here. So when I click this button, then it's going to open up this screen for me, and I can kind of see these pieces, and it's already selected y1 and y2, so I don't have to do anything there, but I do have to give it a guess point. And that's basically, I'm just, kind of saying, this is the farthest I think I'll have to go to that point. It's not necessarily visually, I think that it's a 1, but, it's not too far off of a 1. It's, close enough. So I give it a guess point and then click find intersection. You can see it down here. So I do have to click find intersection for these to pop up. What I care about is the x coordinate. So 1.29 is my first one. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to change my guess point to 5, because again, that looks like the farthest bound for that one. It's a little bit before 5, I can see that, but that's perfectly fine. And then I click find intersection, and there's my 4.56. Again, I would round that. All right, so that's using our graphing calculator to solve our logarithmic equations. I hope that helps, and I will see you in the next video.